On this episode of History Eats, we discover the unexpected origin story of pizza, one of the most popular dishes on the planet. If you ask people what's their favorite dish, the one thing they most closely associate with being the life of the party, the answer is pizza. Neapolitan, deep dish, or even Hawaiian, no matter how you slice it, pizza has become the world's most popular food. And can you blame us? The brilliant simplicity of baking together fresh cheese, tomato, and dough create a flavorful medley too good to resist. But have you ever slowed down to consider where this recipe came from? Let's uncover the history together. On each episode of History Eats, we uncover the clever and unexpected origin stories behind the iconic dishes we know and love today. We'll trace one delectable dish back to its roots to understand the history, then fast forward and see how it's inspired two of today's top chefs. And finally, I'll take you into the kitchen to prep a version you can call your own, creating an inspired dish that elevates your favorite meals. So raise your chalices high as we celebrate the food that brings us together for the moments that matter most on History Eats. Brought to you by STELLA ARTOIS. For the origin stories of pizza as we know it, we must head to Naples in the 1600s, where the simple scent of oven-baked dough and delicious toppings permeated through the streets. By 1889, pizza was the signature food of Naples, and Chef Raffaele Esposito was known for making the best in the city. Because of his famous skills, Raffaele was tasked with crafting perfect pizzas for the visiting King of Italy and his Queen Margherita. Esposito fired up a variety of pizza flavors, but the Queen couldn't get enough of the one topped with three simple ingredients: buffalo mozzarella, vine-ripe tomatoes, and fresh basil. This classic combination has been known as Pizza Margherita ever since, and it's not too far off from the pizzas we know today. So pizza was invented in Naples, Italy, but did you know there's a hot debate between Naples and Rome over who makes the best pizza pie? I'm headed to Queen Margherita, the experts in Neapolitan-style pizza, to find out for myself. This is Massimiliano, which conveniently means greatest in Italian. To Massimiliano, there's only one kind of pizza. He believes it's the red sauce Margherita Neapolitan pizza. Coming right from Italy, he wants to carry on the tradition of pizzaiolos right here in Toronto at Queen Margherita Pizza.
So this will bring you back to our childhood anyway.
Basically, right now, you're in Italy without passport.
The sauce, it's so rich. The tomatoes, the saltiness, it's just a perfect pairing.
It's the product, the people, the process. Even though the pizza cooked in 90 seconds, we're talking 3-4 days in the making.
How important is authenticity to you?
It's real. It brings you back to that family feeling. Sunday night at my house, everybody came to visit. And my grandmother, in, it felt like 5 minutes, could have 10 pizzas ready to go.
You know, for me, Sunday night dinners was a ritual. Spending time, having conversation,
Sure.
So much about the food.
And the fact that food can break down barriers between rich, poor, going back to the history of pizza, Queen eating peasant food never would have happened. What brought them together? Nobody can resist good food. You got good food, people are coming to the table.
The red sauce pizza Chef Esposito crafted for the Queen back in 1889 was the starting point for pizza's explosion in popularity. Soon after the famous meal, Neapolitan immigrants traveled across the sea to bring pizza to North America. In New York City, the first pizza restaurant opened its doors in 1905, becoming an instant sensation and quickly spreading around the world. I mean, I can tell that tradition is very important.
Tradition is everything. You know, I'm far away from home. I never forget where I born. I'm proud to be Italian. We are the best in food, you know, clothes, fashion.
One of the best.
We have
One
what
of the
we
best.
have.
I agree.
I don't want to argue about it, but there is only one pizza.
Massimiliano isn't the only person in Italy to take pizza so seriously. Neapolitan pizza became a protected art form back in 2017 after being awarded the coveted heritage status by UNESCO. So people like Massimiliano can rest assured that no one's messing with their pie.
Yeah, but let me tell you, don't put pineapple on the pizza.
My son won't eat pineapple on
Please,
pizza.
don't
You
do
gonna
that.
tell my son he can't do that? Who are you telling?
Keep your tradition and modernized
At the same time.
at the same time.
Cheers.
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 Salute.
Salute.
Exactly.
While Queen Margarita serves up a delicious slice of Neapolitan history, acclaimed Toronto restaurant Piano Piano offers a pie of a different kind. This is chef and owner Victor Barry, a born and bred Toronto boy with a deep appreciation for the Italian way of life. Victor is set on giving his guests a chance to slow down and savor experiences that come with great food. Piano Piano Valetano. Slowly, slowly, we go further.
So this is just the pizza from Piano Piano. The idea of like Roman pizza is a more structured pizza, more crispy pizza. And when we talk about pizza, which I can talk about pizza all day long, we want it to taste like a freshly baked baguette when it gets to you at the table. Pizza is bread. Also, I believe that people who are Canadians anyway prefer a crispier style pizza.
I would agree.
Which is like a Roman pizza.
Roman pizzas are often rectangular and did not feature red sauce until the 18th century. But the biggest difference is a secret ingredient incorporated into the dough, olive oil. It allows the dough to be stretched more than any other pizza, creating a thicker, crispier crust. Oh good, more support for toppings. How do we do this?
Just get
cutting
into
it. Okay.
So you see like the beautiful air pockets, like the
Yes.
beautiful crumb like you'd get in a
And a beautiful baguette.
in a beautiful baguette.
But this
And
is
then
not
you
a
just-
baguette, this is
Pizza.
Pizza.
Better, way better than a baguette.
I love the heat. Give me heat. The Florida latte.
Yeah, for the latte, yeah.
I love red onions.
They always add a little peppery note.
I mean, it's just so sexy. Tell me about this dough.
Dough is the most important part of pizza. Like, yeah, the toppings are great, the cool, fun names are great, but the dough itself is important. I mean, they talk about flour in Italy, they call it Manitoba flour. A high percentage of the world's flour is grown in Canada, shipped over to Italy,
Wow.
ground, blended, and then shipped back to us in form of 00 pizza flour.
Got it.
I like to use Canadian milled wheat because we use a sourdough. You can eat this whole pizza and feel perfectly fine afterwards.
What does piano piano mean to you?
Literally just means slowly, slowly. But there's my mentor, Franco Prevedello. He used to say to me, Victor, piano piano, meaning slow down, take your time, do things right, and you'll definitely go further in life.
I mean, it speaks so much to the culture of Italian food and the history.
I mean, the history of pizza is crazy, right? Like, there's idea of flatbread in ancient Egyptian times where Egyptians were putting food on top of bread and eating it. So everyone has put toppings on top of bread, but the idea of pizza that we know it today obviously comes from Naples. Like, they have laws around how these pizzas are allowed to be cooked. It's cray-cray.
According to the Vera Pizza Napolitana Association, a pizza can only be considered authentic if made following the very specific rules that include exact ingredients, cooking techniques, even cooking temperatures. They are not messing around.
But I love all pizza. Like, honest to goodness, I don't
You'll
care.
never turn a slice of pizza away.
No matter where it's from. I'm not even joking.
Being so committed to the ritual of eating, the process of eating together, and like just sitting down and slowing down. This, to me, I mean, this pizza is fantastic.
Thank you. You know, the funny thing about Italian food, right, is like they claim like pasta that came from Asia. They claim like this like tomato like sauce on pizza and with pasta. Tomatoes came from North America, you know? It's like they've taken all these different things through the world and created something magical that everyone around the world loves, that everyone around the world eats, and that everyone around the world can get on the same page about. Pizza is perfect.
Let's cheers to that.
Cheers. Pizza and beer.
Pizza together.
Yeah.
We've learned that pizza is not only a versatile and an irresistible treat, it is also a meal that is savored and enjoyed with friends and family. It truly transcends history. And my lemon ricotta chickpea pizza is inspired by the simplicity I discovered in Italian cooking. Fresh ingredients that combine to create a stunning interpretation of a rustic white pizza. So first what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna make our chickpea batter for a pizza. So that consists of our chickpea flour, olive oil, salt, a little pepper, and of course water. So we've got our chickpea flour here. We're gonna put that right into our empty bowl. Then we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Then we'll go in with a bit of salt. Last but not least, let's add some water. I'm gonna do it bit by bit. I'll start with a little bit, give it a mix. The consistency of this batter has to really replicate almost like a pancake mixture. This is what we're looking for. So here's my cast iron. I've got a bit of olive oil, and I'm really just gonna make sure I just really douse it. So cooking this chickpea pizza in this cast iron, it's gonna make the crispiest pizza at home. So let's put this right into the oven, and we're gonna let it get nice and hot. Okay, next up, let's make our roasted cherry tomatoes. I'm just gonna immediately put my cherry tomatoes right into this pan. Now I'll add some olive oil, and let's go with a little bit of salt, and of course, a little bit of black pepper. And these are ready to go into the oven now. All right, we are pouring our batter in our hot pan. We really wanna make sure that it's evenly spread. So after this, we're gonna put it back in our oven, and what we're looking for is a nice crispy bottom. This is ready to go back into the oven. So I have my store-bought ricotta in the bowl. I'm gonna add a bit of olive oil. We'll also add some salt. And now let's add in a bit of this lemon zest. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna fold it together, and we'll have our lemony ricotta. All right, look at this beautiful, crispy chickpea pizza. So I flipped this, went back in the oven for about another 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna grab the ricotta. So let's get a good amount on there. And then I'm gonna use my spatula or the back of a spoon. I like to have a nice layer of ricotta cheese on this pizza. Let's go with our roasted cherry tomatoes. Let's do our preserved lemons. And now let's go with a bit of our arugula pesto. Last but not least, let's put some fresh mozzarella. Let's get this back in the oven. All we're doing now is melting this mozzarella and sealing and locking in all the flavor. The pizza is out of the oven. It's beautifully caramelized. So we're gonna top this off with some really fine Parmesan. Look at the color of the pesto and the ricotta. Everything about this pizza just makes me so happy. I like to finish my pizza off always with a bit of red pepper chili flakes. This is the perfect lemon ricotta chickpea pizza with arugula pesto, preserved lemons, and roasted cherry tomatoes. Plates for sharing, scissors to cut your pizza. This is it, enjoy. Pizza has captured our hearts and taste buds for generations. Most of us can't even remember our lives before we had our first slice. It's been there with us through the first dates, family get-togethers, and the most special of celebrations. It's always a welcome guest to the party. Oh, pizza. No matter how you like it or who you enjoy it with, this dish truly is the perfect slice of life.